In for a penny, in for a pound. Here we go, the experiment. Again. And I really don't like the design of these submarines. They had more of a cartoony feel, which was the entire game, really. It was just one big cartoon filled with sex, drugs, violence, and death. But just having the teddies actually seen in the submarines, it kind of ruins the cartoony vibe. And I'm wanting to think, if there were any kids in this game, would they die? I mean, that's definitely a big ol' no-no in this day and age. You can't kill kids except in trailers. I'm looking at you, Dead Island, you piece of shit.
It's dangerous around here, little girl. I don't think you want to be here.
Okay, I know Conker's dumb. I know the character is supposed to be dumb. But if you were to look at that, and the fact that she had no legs and she was in a hole, in a war zone, wouldn't you be bringing out more questions? Like, what are you doing here, little girl? It's dangerous. He even asked this! But he doesn't think anything of it afterwards. That's another thing that just blows my mind. And I do like that they kept, not continuity, but they didn't change the graphics for the experiment when you saw it on the blackboard, which is kind of weird. You'd think they update that. Of course, how do you update a little drawing like that with somebody with limited art skills, like, say, a teddy bear with really no fingers, even though they were given fingers in this.
I'll rescue you.
I also like, Conker is such a little bastard here. Yes, I'm gonna hold this girl for ransom, because I need more money. And I actually think I might skip ahead these, too. It's just the same thing. I hate this rocket launcher. Click, 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 bang! Click, 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 bang! Click, 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 bang! God, it's so annoying. Well, at least I don't have to do that again. At least until escaping the fortress and I lose my Uzi. But that is the one thing about this game that I love so much, is how they changed the ending run from the timer. But we're not there yet. We're here at the boss. And I do appreciate putting in an Exorcist reference, and it's kind of in the weirdest place imaginable, but I can dig it. You know, we don't get to see many kids, and why not have them be possessed by the devil? Or Greg. Can't believe, of all the places they go, you go to hell, you go to a haunted house, you go to the site of D-Day, but you don't go to hell. I mean, you go to hell, but it's not, like, devil hell, if you know what I mean. Crunch, 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 crunch. I am wondering if they actually did do experiments on kids and turn this little girl into a doll, or they're just that good with small arts and crafts. I actually should watch The Exorcist, that way I actually understand these references. I already understand The Exorcist, all the references and everything. I've just never seen it. It's supposedly the scariest film you'll ever see, because it seems real. I guess I'll have to get on that. I don't want to see under her skirt. No! And if you can actually hear... You probably can't because of my constant talking. All these sound effects are recycled, just like they were in Bad Fur Day. Just a bunch of recycled sound effects from this chapter, actually, from the beginning of it. Yes, I haven't been a little girl for some time now. It's like I know what's coming. Now, what would have been really funny is in putting together the experiment, there were, like, patches. Like, they literally sewed this monstrosity together with machine and felt. I just love the concept of teddy bear Nazis. It just seems like, oh, they're so cute, but they'll wipe out half of Europe. Oh wait, that was the plague. They'll wipe out all the Jewish squirrels. I don't know. Anyway, the controls are a lot simpler here. It is easier to move and shoot. That is the one thing I praise. Now I no longer have to be dodging the edge of the arena and firing at the same time. Now, I could just keep moving and use the other thumbstick to aim and fire. She's still a terrible shot, though, as you'll see. Just blindly fire. I know he's in there, but damn it, keep shooting. We might get through the cover. Huh. Well, that was anticlimactic. And what really doesn't help with this, she actually flies back. She not atones, she accepts simple physics. That if I shoot you in the face, you should go flying back, not to the left or to the right, to where I can't shoot the main boss in the back. Which is, by far, the most annoying part of this fight, because the missiles arc now. It was to go along with the gameplay changes in the multiplayer, and I'm okay with that. But when the original had you shooting missiles straight on to where you were firing at, I don't want them arcing, missing what's on the reticle. See? I should have had that. But anyway. And boom. See? Reticle wasn't on the girl, but I still hit her. And she's being blocked by geometry, but not anymore. And she still calls us a cocksucker, but we can't hear it. Oh well. And for those of you wondering why I've been cursing throughout this entire LP, I know I shouldn't be saying this right now. I should have said it at the beginning. But it's an M-rated game. If you're watching this anyway, you should be expecting a little bit of cursing. Don't worry. When the games differ in rating that I LP, when, you know, if it's an E-rated game, I'll be nicer, I guess. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about terrible shots from AI. Okay. These missiles, much better. She's still a terrible shot, but she at least puts up a fight. And somehow that missile whizzed past me, but I still got hit. I don't know, game logic. I still don't know what she's calling me. She's calling me a cunt, a fuck? I don't know. I just know this boss is so not dead. Bull fucking shite. See, even the recoil of the explosion should have killed it. The recoil of the explosion. Yeah, that's proper English in terms that I barely use. But anyway, boss is dead. And okay, I want you to notice something here in a little second when the spider mines come out. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it. Okay, so she's gone, and the spider mines come out. And now they actually make sense, like, size-wise. And they also bleed. Which, oh, that still doesn't make sense. This is like the Deadliest Warrior, where they put blood in everything. You know, you gotta stab something, whether it be a water balloon or something, it'll bleed. I think if they sharpen the swords will bleed. I don't know. But spider mines bleeding, really stupid. But having different size spider mines, now that the experiment is really big, the spider mines don't look like they were forced out of the back. And that sounded really bad. And for some reason, when I was recording this part, it kept the boss music during this cutscene when it was supposed to have, like, the Conker equivalent of taps playing for the fallen soldier. But it's still playing the boss theme. It's so weird, and it kind of takes you out of the emotion they're trying to give here. You know, Road instead. Oh my god, the boss is still trying to kill me! Not much has changed here. It's a cleaner timer, I guess. And this ending bit, so much easier. I love it. It's so much nicer. This is why I said in a couple parts back that I just wanted to do the entire war chapter was only going to be live and reloaded. Because I didn't want to show me failing constantly in Bad Fur Day. Luckily, I'm pretty down to earth when it comes to the edit button. For example. Alright, here. I think I might actually get hit here because there is really no penalty for getting hit. There's only a few spots in this entire place that I always get hit. And it's right here. I will always get hit by one of these lasers. I tried my best to get through it, but to no avail. And I did use the same pattern for the most part, but especially here. Like this, somebody showed this to me because I was having so much trouble, and I was like, oh my god, are you kidding? Here is the only place it changed, because this laser was moved a bit. So it was actually a little easier to do some maneuvering and fighting with the camera just to get through. So keep that in mind if you're playing Live and Reloaded, or if you're even watching this at all. And, whoop, the trap. Okay, so we get the rocket. We get the clinking, clanking rocket that barely fires when you want it to. And the blast radius does not kill the teddies, which makes no sense. You gotta hit them head on or they're not dying, which still makes no sense. And this guy, he better not shoot me. Okay, I think I got him. Now, where's the last one? I think he's over in the corner. Yep, there he is. Get out of here. Teddy's kills. I wonder who would put that. If the Teddies put that, that means they're suicidal. If I put that, it means I'm a fucking awesome squirrel soldier. Alright. I actually didn't have to do too much editing on this. This was actually an okay part, because look! They give you your Uzi! Oh, that's a breath of fresh air, because all of these Teddies die in one hit. That's it. They try to shoot their rockets, but you just shoot them! I mean, why would you not give them back their Uzi to give them an easy time getting through this? I just breezed through this entire section. Just because they gave me my gun back. It was such a good feeling. You know, not dying every few seconds to an insta-kill rocket off-screen that I couldn't see. Because I was too busy trying to get out my own rocket and trying to get to the ending. God, I hate this section. It's not nice. It is not nice, and I'm so glad it's over. I never have to play it again.
We gotta get our asses out of here, Prado. Let's move it.
Yeah, thanks for showing up the last second, Sarge. You couldn't have been here to help out with the Teddy menace? What are you, a pansy? You think just because of your rank, you can skip out on all the action?
I made it.
What a jerk. But hey, we made it. Now, I'm leaving in the loading screens from now until we land, just to show you how many there are in the final moments of the war chapter. So there was the first one. And they're getting to show off the lovely graphics here. It is the next morning. So it kind of makes sense in theory. All of this took place in a day. Let's say the one day that he took was 24 hours. You know, like a real day. But in Bad Fur Day, the ending takes place at night, where in Live and Reloaded, they went the extra mile and basically had the ending during dawn, which is when he woke up the first time. So, really cool. I like it. I can dig it, and it makes it seem more believable. Like, after killing the Teddies, he went to sleep and woke up and... well, that self-destruct should have gone off by now. It was only 4.5 minutes, so maybe he slept for 3 minutes and was just on the brink of daybreak. I don't know. Yes, the horror. Getting through those lasers and the final run to the boat in one life. It is really hard to do a no-death run. And this is on normal difficulty. There really is no harder difficulty. You can get normal mode on the outset. Or if you know the cleverly named cheat codes, easy and very easy. Second loading screen, by the way. And there you go, you get different difficulties. Here's what I mean. Okay, they die in the same look. And they need a loading screen for that. And here they're running away from the fortress, and they all die in the same way. To another loading screen. So a total of 4 when you get on the boat. And 3 of them are for scenes that take about 10 seconds to show. That is ridiculous. They're not long, but why would you need them? And by the way, he didn't say anything, and he didn't say anything. Good job. Alright, we've made it ashore. The war chapter is over. We feel accomplished. We finished the war. And we're here, and... oh, there's no sometime later. That's pretty nice. At least they didn't put a freaking loading screen. So anyway, we is out of here after getting a full life bar. I just still find it funny. From a gameplay perspective, that was a really good chapter. For real life, you didn't do anything. You won the war. But, like, I don't know what I'm trying to explain here. It makes sense in my head. Let's say that. Like, you go from the caveman place, which you didn't need to go to in the first place except for money, and then you go to the haunted house for no real reason except that you finally got to kill the worms. You go to war for no reason. Or maybe it's because they are now opening a recruitment station and you want to be a good guy. You know, whatever. Like, the windmill is the only place that legitimately makes sense. It was the final level. And actually, the windmill... Interesting bit of trivia. When they were first putting together the build of Bad Fur Day, the windmill is one of the main things they kept from the original version of Bad Fur Day. That and Birdie is the other thing they kept. So, kind of nice that they didn't completely destroy all their original ideas. Oh, rodent. I'm glad I never have to talk to you again, you friggin' loser. Why did you even go into the war? I mean, I know you were given Deus Ex Machina armor, but that doesn't mean you can actually fight. You've never picked up a gun.
Never mind. At least I'm still here. So, what's happening?
At least you're still here. Yeah.
But,
Won't see you until the end game. Spoiler alert!
go on your way. Give my regards.
The war is finally over. The longest leg of the game finally kaput. Now, it may not seem that long, especially when you're watching these videos and you see it only takes about 50 minutes,
Yes.
if I've timed this correctly, to get through it all. It takes me forever. Let's say that. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, which you will never see because it's so embarrassing on how long it actually took me to get through these final segments. But it just normally takes me a while. That's why I say this chapter takes forever. When done competently, it doesn't take long at all.
Thank you, soldier.
In fact, if you do this entire game competently, I think you can beat it in about 5 hours. 5 easy hours. Idiot. Alright. The Teddy War is over. Again. Next time on Conker's Bad Fur Day, we are hitting the final level. We are so close, I can taste it still.